What's going on, guys? Scopamar TV here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a reaction to an OG, right? And I ain't talking about the ones that's on the street, but an old guy. We ain't gonna call him an original gangster, an older guy that is giving the young man an advice when it comes to saving money for the future. Because as you all know, a lot of people have no sense of tomorrow. They're not thinking about tomorrow. They want to turn up right now. Everybody is on that YOLO. So just listen to what this man has to say to this young man, which I believe all these older people are doing a disservice when they don't tell the young folks the real deal. Let's listen to him.
Go to the bank, get you a Roth
IRA.
Put $3,000 a year in there, right? Don't touch it until it matures, and it matures every day. All right, I guarantee you 3.7 million.
You guarantee
3.7.
What's your name?
Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson.
Shout outs to Kevin Johnson. Shout outs to Kevin Johnson, because you know what? What are some of these older rappers doing for the youth? They're still thinking in the mind frame of a street hustling teenager. They're not telling these young guys, hey, don't try to rush things. It's about the long run. Put away a small amount every month, every paycheck you stash something away, and be able to look forward to something down the line. There are so many people, and I'm talking people in their 30s, people in their 40s, that are literally not ready for that retirement argument. And it's all because they're short-sighted. They can only see to what their next party is. They're not looking at 10, 15 years, 20 years. They're still battling between, do I want to work a 9 to 5? Do I want to be a career person? So many people are caught in this loop. Get the money, go to the club, blow the money, get a section. They're not thinking about that Roth IRA, right? I came here from Jamaica. This is true story. I came here from Jamaica, got into the water treatment industry, right? I could have went to college, but it was expensive. My dad told me about this field. I got into the field. Then I worked at a plant for 6 years. I was stashing away money in the 401. Left that 401. Got about $21,000. And I was about 25 at the time. Took that money, and the first thing I thought about buying was a house. I did not thought about buying a car, a Mercedes Benz or a BMW. I took that money and I went and I bought a townhouse. That townhouse doubled in 8 years, right? Doubled. Sold that townhouse, got a bigger house, and I'm in the bigger house right now. And people would say, oh, well, you're lucky. It's not luck. Had I followed some of my peers at the time and quit my job because I was working overnight, had I followed some of them and quit my job, stashing away money in that 401, I would still be renting. Okay? And people don't understand the value of assets and how that money stacks up. You would be surprised, right? What he's telling him about that Roth IRA is genius, because guess what? I am doing that right now. And I see for myself the amount of money that I would not be able to save in a bank account. Every time you get your paycheck, what happens? A family member call you, something bad happens. Oh, I need to fix this, I need to do this. If you have that money available to you, you're going to pull it right out. But if you send that money to a Roth IRA out of your paycheck, guess what? You don't think about it. But one day when you get older, you're like, oh man, where did all this money come from? It's your money.
Now listen, when I get that 3.7 million, I'm gonna be looking for you.
You ain't got to look for, I'll probably be dead, man. I want to give you
Give me some advice.
best advice I can give you.
I'm 23.
Go back to work.
See, he tell him, hey, listen, man, I'm just trying to give you the game, right? Whether or not this young man takes this advice, I mean, obviously he's probably an influencer, you know, they're getting their quick money off the internet, but all that stuff don't last. Regardless if you work on YouTube, if you're a content creator, you got to think about that investment. You got to think about the investment, and it's not only just about real estate and all that stuff. That Roth IRA is one of the best things you can ever do for your money, to let it work for you, especially if you're not a day trader. You logging onto that market every day and jumping from this stock to that stock, doing options. You need something that should be working for you while you're sleeping. Let's hear what he has to say as well. Again,
where you from?
Right.
Invest in energy. If you invest 20 grand every quarter, you're gonna get a check for 2 grand.
Really?
Yeah. So you roll.
he's talking about them dividends.
Roll that over. All right. Once you roll that over, how many people use air conditioners in the summer?
Everybody.
How many people use lights every day?
Everybody.
There you go. That's a sure investment.
So one time deposit of 20K.
20K. All you got to do is go to Morgan Stanley.
I got me Morgan Stanley account.
Okay, go to Morgan Stanley and ask for mutual fund in energy.
Right.
Take 20 grand. You get 3 grand every 90 days.
For forever.
Forever.
One time payment.
One time investment.
So me, I'm 23. I plan on living to 107. So 3 grand for 107 years for 90 days.
Yep. Every 90 days. Here it is. It's $12,000 a year off the phone.
$12,000 a year.
Go back to where you from.
Now I know the young man here is being funny and, you know, trying to make light of the situation, but this is real life. This is real life. This is not no let me joke it off, you know, you're gonna live to be 107. Listen, man, when it comes to this money thing, we got to think of money as a tool. And I was told this by an old white guy. The tool is what you put to work. Some of the times we beat up our bodies, but while we're beating up our bodies to get this tool, we got to make sure the tool is getting beat up too, or else you're gonna be sad and depressed in the future and be like, yo, what have I gotten all these years of working? I can't save anything. I remember one time I was speaking to, like, you know, my Jamaican audience on TikTok, and they shamed me or whatever because I try to say, like, listen, they throw these things called partners, where you would give money to somebody to save it for you because you don't trust your own self to save it, and then say you give 10 grand, to someone to hold that money, they would pay it to somebody else and you would be paying payments into it. So if you're the first person that want to pull your money out, you still owe that money to be paid so that the other 4 or 5 people in the 10 grand pot can get their 10 grand. But I said to them, hey, this money could be going into the market, and on top of you hiding that money in there and it doing what it's supposed to do, you'll get back a lot of interest off that money. And I was yelled at and talking about, oh, the white man system and this and that. But guess what? We are in this world as black people. No matter if you're brown people, no matter if you're a white person, the system is the system, and you have to be able to work within the system and make it benefit you the right way. What this man is telling this young man right here, it is gold. Your favorite OG are these so-called, washed up rappers that's telling these kids, oh, they know the game and you must not trust this person. That is not game. This OG, this older guy, not a gangster, look at him. He's telling this young man something that is valuable. These are things that were not taught in school, especially inner city schools, black schools. You know what I'm saying? We have to start to shed this knowledge. And I'm speaking to the older people watching. If you know a young cousin of yours and you are in the market, you got a retirement account, the earlier they can open that account and putting away that money is the best thing for them. Let's get into the comments and see what people got to say. Anybody got 20K I can borrow? Missed the point right there. He's not telling you to come up with 20 grand right away. You could invest into these funds a little bit at a time. This is how it's supposed to be, help the next generation. The ignorance of some people, imagine saying, oh, if you got 20 grand I can borrow. He wasn't saying just get 20 grand out of nowhere. Investing is small pieces at a time. Most black people were never taught how to save money. Let's be honest. We were never taught how to save money. And for those that were taught how to save money and invest money, those people are living good right now. What we were taught is how to consume things, how to buy that Louis, how to buy that Gucci, how to go take out a car note even though you can't pay for it. Not a lot of black people were taught how to the process and how to purchase a home. So he's giving this young man gold. This is all dope. Shout out to the young man who wanted to listen. There you go, because a lot of them don't want to listen, and guess where they end up? We all know the cycle. This older guy, Kevin, he is breaking the cycle by giving the knowledge. Until next time, guys, Scopamart TV, I'm out.